Hello dear parents, welcome back to Handwriting Module 3 and today we will finish the lines and curves. So yesterday we had started with an introduction to the standing line, the sleeping line. Today we will take a look at slanting lines where one goes from down upwards, the other one from up comes downwards. And then we will also move to curves. Curves are those which we will be writing on the 4 lines as well as smaller ones which will come between the 2 blue lines. Once we finish lines and curves today, we will put a big tick to enter into the world of the letters of the alphabet. See, yeah, I'm using a marker here from the second to the first red line, second blue line to the first red line, and the direction is upward. The next style that we told you was from the first red line downwards to the second blue line, stop. More practice will make the writing more steady. Hold finger control will be sturdy. I think this is a little clearer than what I wrote with pen. Yes, so this is the upward slant and the downward slant. Upward slant and the downward slant. So we have covered 4 patterns for you for writing. Like I told you, from up to down we draw 4 lines, standing lines. It can also be down, moving upwards. So we finished the standing line, then we did sleeping lines on all the 4 lines, 4 red and blue lines. And then today we have done the slanting lines where we did the upward slant and the downward slant. Coming to the curve pattern, we are going to do the C curve first. Again, from the first red line, move, come around to the second blue line and stop. First red line, come around to the second blue line and stop. The direction is like this. And we finish it off here. Okay. And some of them also draw the C pattern on all the 4 lines. When we come to the letters of the alphabet, you will understand 3 lines is the right thing. So I draw again C pattern on the first 3 lines, starting from the top first red line, moving downwards to the second blue line. This is our C pattern. Reverse C pattern we will write from the first red line and on the reverse to the second blue line. So that is the reverse C pattern. You see that the pattern goes like this, outward. So yes, the reverse C is like this. We have the actual C here and this is the reverse C pattern. These are the 2 first curve patterns that we will be seeing. Now let us go further. Next that we will be seeing is the U pattern, starting from the first red line to the second blue line and moving up. Okay, let me make this darker. From the first red line to the second blue line and back to the first red line. So we are going to see the next pattern, which is the U pattern. We start from the first red line, come down to the second blue line, travel a little bit on the second blue line, turn up to the first red line again. I repeat, from the first red line, come straight down to the second blue line, travel a little bit on the second blue line and go up to the first red line. So the direction is 1, 2, 3. This is our U pattern. We write like this, the U pattern. Now the same thing we will write in the reverse. The reverse U pattern or the upside down. So it starts from the second blue line, moves up to the first red line, travel a little bit on the red line and come back around to the second blue line. Goes like this, takes a turn, comes down, starting from the second blue line, ending again in the second blue line. So I repeat, from the second blue line, go up to the first red line, travel a bit on the red line and turn and come down to the second blue line. So one more time. So we saw the U pattern and the upside down U pattern. Now let us combine the C that we learnt, the actual C pattern that we learned. Let us combine and try to make a double C. The double C will be where we start like a regular C on the first red line, come down to the first blue line, travel back on the first blue line and come around on the second blue line. The first red line, turn around to the first blue line and move forward, come back on the first blue line, come down to the second blue line and turn. So that is a double C. So if you get the mirror image of this or the putting this the other way around, like we write the number 3. Okay, there, 1, back on the line, turn again, that is this. Now, going back to the U pattern, if I'm going to do a double of this, so I'll go to the second blue line, travel a little bit, go up to the first red line, come down on the same line, turn around and go back to the first red line, a double U. So one more time, from the first red line to the second blue line, take a turn, move up to the first red line, come back on the same line, take the second turn and make a double U. Let us put this the other way round, upside down, and I will now start from the second blue line and travel up to the first red line and take a turn, come down, move back on the same, go up, come down. That's an M now, the letter M. Okay, so 1. So the more number of times they write, the more stability, more finger control. It's the same with the U2. I meant the letter U. So there, 3 to 4 times at a stretch. Okay, so that is it. One last pattern in amongst this is, since we have seen the lines, we have seen the curves, let us complete it with one circle, go round and come back to where you started. Starting from the first blue line, turn around, meet up on the first red line, travel a little bit on it, come around and meet where you started. Okay, so that didn't come in the video. Okay, now here again, I do it. Starting from the second blue line, take a turn up to the first red line, travel on the first red line, turn around, come back to where I started and I complete a circle. So just let us take one peep into all the patterns until this today. The lines and curves together, the first one we saw was standing, where you start from up and travel down, or you can start from the second blue line and move up to the first red line. Sleeping line was on all the 4 red and blue lines, and then we moved to slanting lines, where we traveled from the second blue line upwards to the first red line, or from the first red line downwards to the second blue line. We did the C curve on the first 3 lines, And we also could double it up and do on the 3 lines like this. So now we come to the reverse C. We just turned around the C, or we call it the mirror image, and double up the same. You get to finish it like the number 3. Next is the U curve. U was again on 3 lines. So you travel a little bit on the second blue line and move upwards. When you double up this, there is the double U. Okay, next was the reverse U, or the U that we wrote upside down, where we travel from the second blue line and go up to the red line and come down again. And when you double this up, we saw that it is the letter M. Then all patterns into one big beautiful circle. Meet where you start. Okay parents, so tomorrow we start off with the big tick and get into the letters of the alphabet in our next module. Stay happy, stay safe, keep encouraging your children. See you back tomorrow.